Hello, everyone. I am Wolf Dragon 444, and today I'm going to be playing Insaniquarium Deluxe, or just Insaniquarium. This is my first video, and I'm a little nervous, but I'm also very excited. I've been wanting to make content for a long time. So yeah, we're gonna hop into it. Just while I get myself acclimated here. A little info about the game. So this game is pretty old. I believe it's either 2006 or 2007. This is one of the first PC games that I've ever played. So I decided that what better PC game to play for my first ever YouTube video than Insaniquarium. It gave me a love for playing PC games. So there's no better way to start this. I'm going to go ahead and start. Obviously, I have played this game before. I've played it a lot. I have so many hours in it. I don't even know if I could play this game and act like I haven't played it before. So, for those of you who don't really know what Insaniquarium is, it's a game where you feed fish and you try to protect them from aliens. There's quite a few different treats. You already saw one pop up in the corner. It says time right there. If you just click on your keyboard time, it comes right up. Pretty simple. I like to use it so I can time when I need to feed the fish, because it's all about timing when it comes to like the feeding and them growing bigger so they can give you money. It's going to start off obviously very easy, and then it will get harder and harder and harder as time goes on. Okay, so the goal of the game is to have your fish survive, and in order to progress to the next level, you have to buy egg pieces. Once you buy 3 egg pieces, you move on to the next level. And every time you complete a level, you get what is called a pet. They kind of help you out around the tank. So, what Stinky the snail does here is he collects coins that you might miss. He's a good first level pet. So, as the screen said, we're going to be facing our first alien opponent. Of course, since it's the first one, it won't be too bad. But it'll show you kind of the whole concept of this game. Let me go ahead and show you what Stinky does. As you can see, he zones in on a coin and he grabs it for you. So, danger! A vicious alien is about to enter your tank. Defeat it with your laser weapon by clicking on it. Oh boy. Not too bad. Again, first alien. It's not gonna be that hard. But it can get pretty hard. There's quite a few different aliens that you can fight in this game, and some of them can get pretty difficult to deal with. As I was going to say before I got interrupted by that alien, so silver coins give you 15, I guess, bucks. We'll call it bucks. Why not? Dollars. The gold coins, I believe, give you 30? 35. And then there's the diamonds, like the ones that the aliens drop. Those give you 200. So getting upgrades in the food it gives you a buffer up to how long you have to feed them. So the base, the brown pellets, it's 10 seconds. That's why I wanted the timer. And, oh my god, there's another one. But let me explain this before I continue. I can't even remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, so the brown pellets give you 10 seconds and before they start to get hungry again. The green pellets that I have give you 20, and of course the pill that looks the pellet that looks like a pill gives you 30 seconds. And of course the number there lets you drop more at a time, the max being 9. So that little box was just telling us how to move the alien around. Which you kind of saw. Oh, you got a little audio error there. That happens sometimes. So I'm saying so much. I'm sorry. I'm just really nervous about making my first video. So when you see the fish kind of turn like a pale green color, that is when they are starving. Yeah, right there. Which means you need to feed them within 10 seconds, I believe, or they die. But they also get increased speed to run towards food faster, so it kind of helps. But your goal is to not let them starve. Because if you don't let them starve, and you actually time it well so that they're hungry but they're not starving, they actually grow up faster. Which is why I keep trying to get food down before they turn that green color. The first tanks are a little slow because they want you to get used to the game first, which is perfectly fine. That's completely understandable. It gives you a chance to kind of learn the mechanics of the game and learn how to feed your fish and fight the aliens, so it is a little slow. Man, we had another audio error there again. That happens a lot. It's an older game, so it makes sense. But that is perfectly okay because it's just an audio error and it fixes itself up. Alright, here we have Nico the oyster. So they give pearls, which I can't exactly remember how much they are off the top of my head. But we'll see shortly. This is a game of potions, and not a lot of strategy, just like a simple strategy will do. Like, I was a kid, I was able to beat this just fine as a child. So as an adult, it's really easy. Oh, here they are. Here it is. Okay, it's 250 a pearl, which is really nice. As we progress through the game, you'll get better and better pets. There are some pets that are like so much better than the others. Which I will get to eventually when we get there. I want to try to not spoil too much or at all, even though I think whoever watches this kind of already knows about this game and likes this game and enjoys this game. And there's other modes besides this is besides this one. This is simply adventure mode, which helps you unlock all the pets, and you get to play through the story, which is fun. Well, yeah, fun. It can be a little boring sometimes. It's okay. Sometimes a nice slow game is all that you need, especially after, you know, a long work day or a long school day. Or just a long day. That's why I like playing this game. It feels like my life gets to slow down a little bit. I don't have to worry as much. Okay, I'm gonna show you the carnivore. The name kind of gives it away, but he eats small guppies. But he lets down diamonds. He gives you diamonds, which is 200, as I said earlier. So it kind of evens out, you know, you pay for one fish and he gives you price for two, which is always very nice. As the tanks, if you get deeper into the tanks, into the deeper levels, into the harder levels, everything starts to cost more, and you meet new aliens, which can be pretty dangerous sometimes. I don't believe there's a clicking limit in this game, so if you really wanted to, you can use a auto clicker. I don't think it's necessary, but you can. This upgrade weapon here lets you deal more damage every time that you use your laser against the alien. In the later levels, they are very useful. Right now, they're not very useful. Because it's still the beginning of the game, they're not throwing super crazy aliens at you, so it's not a big deal. If you're looking for any, like, challenges for this game, because there is a challenge mode, but you have to... I think you have to complete either the whole adventure or some of the adventure in order to unlock it, which gives you just harder and harder aliens to see how long you can survive. Which is fun. It gets a little hectic, which I will definitely be showing off when I do unlock it. After the story, perhaps. There's also a time trials. I do not remember what that is exactly, because this game doesn't really... Oh, I think I know what it is. It's see how long you can survive, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. I can actually click the menu and see how much money you earn before time runs out. I believe it's 5 minutes, and then there's challenge, which the aliens get harder and harder and harder. There's also a virtual tank, which I will go over at a later point. But basically, the virtual tank is like this, except there's many different fish that you can buy, and there's 0 aliens. Just like feeding actual fish in real life. Except, you know, in a game where they can't actually die. I'm gonna go ahead and just play through the first tanks here. There's 5 tanks in every level. So I'll just play this tank and the next tank, and I think that will be it for the video, because it's gonna be about 20 minutes long. Just a preliminary guess before I edit stuff down and all that good stuff. There's going to be moments where it's quiet, so I might just cut those out, so you might not see those, or will hear those. Not sure how to phrase that. Will we get a different alien this time? Yes! So that lion-like alien, basically it's the same as the blue one that we saw, but it has more health. I think it has about 50% more, if I'm correct. So this little guy here, I cannot for the life of me remember his name, even though it was just on the screen. But what he does is he helps you fight the aliens, which is really useful, especially in the beginning tanks. Oh, I didn't finish my sentence about challenging. I went in a different path. It was not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was, if you want to kind of make more of a challenge out of the game, what I like to do is, like, I have to buy I have to get this to the max, I have to get this to the max, I have to get the weapons to the max before I can continue. This makes it so that you have to survive a little bit longer. But you have to be really patient. So it's a good patience tester too. And as I don't know if you've seen, but in the top of the screen, stuff will unlock as I buy different things. Man, I really need to keep on top of the feeding here. I'm not doing a very good job. See, I had to buy a carnivore in order to unlock everything. I'm not sure why the game does that, but it makes for a little bit, like, not a challenge per se, but just kind of, well, I guess so, because you have to pay money for it, so it gives you a little bit of a challenge, but it's not super hard. I really like the soundtrack of this game. Sometimes I just like to listen to it. It's very nostalgic for me, of a simpler time before I had to worry about adult things like bills and a job. So it just kind of takes me back to that nice little calmer place. Oh, I just noticed. Stinky the snail, when an alien comes by, he hides in his shell and he does not pick up money. That's interesting. I always knew that he hid, but I didn't know that he didn't pick up the cash either. That's very interesting. You learn something new every day, even about a game that you've played 1 billion times. Also, feel free to just put me in the background if you'd like. That doesn't bother me at all. I haven't quite decided on this, but I might just upload a video of the music if I can find something. I bet people have already done that. There's no reason why I can't. As long as it won't get me in any trouble. Oh, I didn't explain this, but you've probably seen it the entire time. Whenever you drop a pellet, it costs you $5. So you can't just be constantly willy-nilly with it. Of course, there comes to later on in the tanks where you kind of have, if you have a lot of fish, you kind of have to constantly drop, because then they will all die. But yes, you can't just, do this constantly. So the carnivore can only eat the smallest, so the base where you store. He can't eat the bigger fish, which is why he doesn't go after them when he starves. They're too big for his little mouth. I'm almost at the end here. Of course, obviously, you can just buy them. I just like to buy them all at once. In a quick 1, 2, 3 succession. It's satisfying for me. Like that. Oh, Prego the mama fish. This is one of my favorite pets, personally. So when you get more than 3 pets, they give you the board of pets, and you have to choose 3. You can, of course, not choose 3. But why would you want to do that? In the first, 3, 4 tanks, I really like Prego, because she gives you a baby guppy. She gives you a baby fish. I think they are very useful, especially in the earlier tanks. It helps you really rack up that cash at the beginning. Okay, so this will be the last tank that I do for this video. And then the next video of Insaniquarium, I will play through all of Tank 2. And then, of course, the third will be all of the third one, and so on and so forth. I will also do a time trial. So I'll probably do maybe like 3 or 4 tries on that to see which of the highest cash I can get. And then I will do a challenge one. I will give it maybe 2 or 3 tries depending on how much I like it. And then I'll show a little bit of the virtual tank, and then that'll probably be it for Insaniquarium, unless I want to do like a challenge video or something. We'll see. I definitely want to do the whole adventure though. Definitely, for sure. You will also notice as you get further and further into the tanks, the longer it takes. Because, well, it costs more money to buy the egg pieces, and you need to buy 3 of them in order to move on. I suppose another challenge video could be without pets. Pets get to be very valuable when you're going into the later tanks. They become invaluable. I can say that word today for some reason, but that is alright. Feel free to make fun of me in the comments. So let's see how long this tank will take me. I believe I'm gonna predict it'll take me probably 8 more minutes. I want to try to get to that nice 10, but no longer. I don't want it to take too long. Fargo is also really good to have when you have those carnivores, because she gives birth to the baby guppies, so you don't have to pay for them. Sometimes when you have a lot of them, she's not enough. But it kind of... Okay, this actually makes me a little bit nervous, even though I've played this game so much. I didn't explain this, because I forgot that it comes this early in the game. So sometimes you will have to fight 2 aliens. I believe the max is 2 aliens. I may be incorrect, but I believe it's 2 aliens at once, which can get pretty hectic. So the 2 aliens that we've seen are the base aliens. You'll still see them in the later tanks, but they become less and less frequent as you get deeper and deeper into the game and farther into the tanks. Sometimes the tanks have their own like little aliens that come up that are unique to that series of tanks. Not always, but some of them do, where they'll just show up in that series of tanks and then never show up again. Except for one other time, but I don't want to spoil that. All right. I don't know if you've seen it yet because I've just been completely baiting the aliens thus far. But when the aliens' goal is to eat your fish, they want to eat them up. Yum, yum, yum. So your goal is to defeat them, of course, before they do that. And that's why you are also able to kind of drive them away based on where you shoot them with what I'm guessing is a laser. And before you ask, no, your laser cannot kill the fish. The only things that can kill the fish are starvation, the aliens eating them. That's the most common. Is there any other way? I don't think so. Oh, there is another way, but that won't come until later, and I don't want to spoil that. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, this will be okay. Oh, no! Okay. Whew, that was close. Almost ate my carnivore, man. So, the AI of the fish are a little stupid, which, if you know anything about fish, is true to real life. So, it kind of works. Sometimes you'll have a fish that just wants to go where the alien is, and you're trying to get them away, and you're like, no, don't go towards the alien, they're gonna eat you. I just need a little bit more. I'm so close. Less than 100. Yeah, exactly. That's so satisfying. Alrighty. So we have Zorf the seahorse, who helps you feed your fish. So when they are starving, she will spit, I guess, because that's her mouth, spits out green pellets. Oh. So at the end of every tank series, you get a little mini game where you try to collect as many shells as possible. You want to try to stack the same one as much as possible. So these shells are different from the money that you get in the adventure mode. They are for your virtual tanks. So what you can do is go to the store, and as you can see, there's a wide array of different fish that you can buy. I'm not going to get into that right now. That's for another video. But yes, that is the first 5 tanks of Insaniquarium. If you enjoyed, first of all, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to drop a like if you want. If you want to leave a comment, go right ahead. I'll be reading all the comments. So feel free to comment anything, I guess. Just be nice to each other. That's all I ask. Yeah. If you want to subscribe, if you want to see more of this kind of content, feel free to do that too. You don't have to. But if you'd like to see content like this, and I'm going to be doing other content as well that's not just gaming, feel free to do that. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope my video brought some kind of smile to your face, and I was a little bit of light to your dark day. See you next time. Goodbye.